All right, Steph Infection listeners, for God's sakes, you're missing my tour dates. Am I not announcing them enough? I don't know. I'm going to be in Pittsburgh at the WDVE Festival, July 15th. Montreal, Just for Laughs. I'm there for 2 fucking weeks. Come see me July 18th to the 30th. Then I'm in Peterborough, Ontario for a one-nighter, August 3rd. Orlando, September 7th. Tampa, September 8th to 9th. Vancouver, September 15th for the Great Outdoors Festival. They haven't announced that yet, but they should, or maybe they have. Sacramento, there's too many. I'm going to stop there, but that's that for now. It's another episode of Steph Infection. Very excited for my guest this week, Ron Funches. How the hell are you?
I didn't realize that there's a slight performance change in you.
Only for the intro.
Now. Just for the intro?
And then I go back to normal again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't. Wow, it really turned into a shotgun real quick.
Absolutely not. It's the intro because I don't really have a normal one, and I try to make it like fun every time, even though it's the exact same intro. Thanks for calling me out on it, though. Nobody has done that yet.
No one ever says, hey, you just suddenly code switched on me and changed up. Who is this person?
I suddenly become really peppy and nice, and you're like, this is not the podcast I signed up for.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's like you never do back in the day. I mean, I don't know how long you've been doing comedy.
20 years.
But what?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
A long time.
A while.
I know.
Did you ever do like the Carson Daly stuff when they had Carson Daly late night stuff?
No.
It was always so interesting because you never knew that like he wasn't ever doing those interviews. It was always producers doing the interviews, and then they would just come in and toss to him doing questions in a room by himself.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. And then so you'd think that they'd cut it all together? Huh.
And they cut it all together. The producer was great. He was great at his job. But
yeah.
I was like, wow, this is wild.
Because you're always at the same level.
I mean, there's a performance part of me for sure. For sure.
Because I feel like you on stage, you're the same.
That's the goal.
Yeah. It wouldn't it be? That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Because I'm glad that I am myself on stage. Now it takes a while, I think, to get to that point. But
yeah.
I wish I was, less me on stage. And I could just.
Why? People
I'm
like
tired.
You.
I know, but I'm tired.
Oh, you're like, let me calm down a little bit.
Let me calm down. Let me sit.
So when you do an hour, is a full hour of you like?
Oh yeah.
Running around, pointing at your crotch.
Yeah. That's you know what? I have a brand, and I'm glad that people know it. Yeah. It's a lot of squatting, a lot of pointing, a lot of yelling. But it's a thing where like I'm sure you get to when with the second I go on stage, it's just a flip. A switch flips, whatever it is. So it's not like I'm trying to be like that. It's just I naturally just would do that when I went on stage. But now I'm like, why couldn't I naturally just fucking go on stage and not move? Like, cause after hours, like when I have 2 hours a night, I was just in, where was I? Phoenix, that's where we hung out last time when you were there with Carmen Morales. I just did that club, the Stand Up Live.
Love it.
Very fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I just try to find different aspects of me because when it was always more of a slower tone with me before. When I got started, it was all like monotone, slow tone. And I found that worked when I was doing like 10, 15 minutes. But at an hour, it would like, you fall in my rhythm, but like sometimes people wouldn't. And then other times it's like, it got so rhythmic that it would make me sleepy, you know? I had to be like, oh, there's gotta be more of a range in what I do. And then also, I'm not always... I mean, it's been a shift over the last year or two, but I'm just like, I'm not always in the mood to be like, hey, what's up? How's everybody?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel like that. So if I don't feel like that, I try to honor that and just come at it in a different way.
And if people like you anyways, they're going to like whatever mood you're in, I guess.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like, no, we came for the really rhythmic Ron and we don't like this guy at all.
Yeah, well, that happens. Sometimes when I started losing weight, people be like, oh, you're going to not be funny anymore. Or,
no.
Yeah.
People said that?
Yeah, of course. People are horrible.
Out loud or like...
Out loud on comments, stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that when I lost I only lost like 15 pounds, but I was like, I'm not going to be funny anymore. I'm like, what am I saying? What is that? Who puts that out there? What is that idea?
I think it's just a fear of change in general, that people just want to be able to define you in a certain way. And sometimes, especially if you're overweight, people kind of define themselves based off of you, or like, at least I'm not as big as this person, or at least da da da. And if you start to change and shift, I think it scares them about their ability to make change, you know? And people sometimes only want to know you a certain way.
That's bizarre.
It is.
It's sick. I don't like it. How much did you lose?
At my most or now?
Yeah, like what did you like? It's gain? How old are you?
I'm 40.
I feel like I'm 38.
Hell
this age is like you eat one cracker and I'm like, it's back. It's all back.
It blows up on you.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
I had 1 tequila soda this weekend, and by one I mean 15, and I was like, I'm bloated now. I'm bloated.
Someone had warned me, besides my mom and any health book or anything that I had learned that said, as you get older, this will happen. But for sure, at my most, I lost 140 pounds, and then now it's like 110. So I put 30 pounds back on.
How did you? Was it like a regimented thing? Did you go on the crazy?
No, I mean, it went basically, you know, if you don't do nothing at all for like the first 30 years of your life, if you start doing something, your body's like, what? And it starts reacting. So I just was walking a bunch, working out a bunch, and the weight started coming off. So it turned out to be good. Now I do jujitsu and stuff.
Oh, you're really getting it. Is that shoeless?
Yeah, there's no shoes in jujitsu.
So I sort of like, do they wipe the mats down? I'm scared of getting warts.
You want ringworm or anything like that?
Ringworm.
Yeah, you never heard of the ringworm or heard about it?
I've heard about it, but have you had it?
I've had it, yeah.
From jujitsu?
No, I got it from just regular gym class in high school and stuff.
Just sitting on the sweaty mats.
Yeah.
Then you have like a ring shape around you.
Yeah, and it's gross. And if you're me, you're like picking at it all the time.
Oh, I'm picking at it. I'm always picking.
Yeah.
How do people not have scabs to pick?
I don't know.
I'm scratching. I'm picking right now. I have this thing called toad hands, and I have blisters on my hands from the sun, and I can feel it right now. It's like it itches.
That a curse that was put on you?
Yeah, I kissed a toad. I actually did kiss a turtle once, but no, I kissed a toad. It's just a sun allergy I have.
Okay.
But
it feels like they could have given it something of a nicer name.
No, I made the name up. It's not toad.
Oh, okay.
I
got freaky ass weird bitch syndrome.
That's what it could be. But now that I'm thinking about it, I did catch a lot of frogs when I was a kid. I'd put them in like a little.
Oh, nothing about
sanctuary.
you tells me you didn't catch frogs.
I played with a lot of frogs and salamanders as a kid. Energy.
Yeah,
I made them little tiny houses and would make them get married. Did I give off that energy? Yeah, I did that a long time. It was bizarre when I was younger. Not now. I mean, I still look for salamanders now, but. Anyways, my weird salamander kink that I was bringing up. Okay, so you're on tour right now. You and Blair.
Yeah, me and Blair Saki. She's great at comedy. When she's busy, bring someone else as well. But mostly me and her. Been going around. We went Denver, going to Salt Lake, going to Bloomington, Indiana, just hitting the spots. Madison, Wisconsin, so that I can go to Noah's Ark and get in the water park. You know.
Yeah. Oh, big water park guy.
I love a water park. I grew up in the Midwest.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen those scary things where people like die at them? Like they
That's East Coast. That's East Coast water parks. Down in the Midwest, they're all Jesus based around Noah's Ark. Everybody gets to make it out alive. It's good.
Okay, what do you, if you've gone on those like crazy high slides, you don't get scared like when you go on the really high ones? Don't you feel like your body goes off the slide a bit and there's that weird air?
Yeah,
and you're hovering.
That's
like
the
that?
best part. Yeah,
That's scary. No, that's scary.
No, I mean that's it. Well, also, I don't do that as much now that I'm 40.
Yeah.
But now I'm a big lazy river guy.
Yeah, okay.
Just love a lazy. Yeah, give me a lazy river, but give me a decent size water slide. But I'm not trying to scream off into the abyss.
I hope not. I don't like walking around in a bathing suit all day in front of other people. I can't get past that. I wish I could. I'm so self-conscious. I end up sucking in all day long.
Yeah, I get that.
And I have like bad shaving rash. It's always like I can see people looking at my like ingrown hairs, and I'm like, I don't tell you.
No, I have that too. I think men have that just as much sometimes. You know, I think the best though is when you are like 12 to 13 and you don't care about that, that's beautiful.
I miss that.
I went to a water park inside of a hotel in Minnesota once, and it was like heaven. It was a nice hotel that had a nice water park in it, and inside the water park they had a Dairy Queen. And so you'd go in and you just see these chubby shirtless 13-year-olds just glistening from getting out the water, and then they're just eating peanut butter parfaits without a care in the world. And I'm like, that's when life's good.
Was that you just came back to a memory where you're like, that was the best day of my life?
Yeah.
I feel like even as a young woman, though, I was still I had like hot friends, like hot young friends. Like I would see like men when I was like 12 or 13 look at my friends because they were like really pretty. So I think at that age I was already getting like self-conscious.
And you're like, I also want to be groomed and sexualized.
Yeah, I want to be groomed and sexualized. Why are these old perverts looking at me? But then I would get mad on their behalf and then be like, what the fuck are you looking at? They're like, not you. I'm like, I don't care, but don't look at that. It was very psychotic.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You're like, that's gross, but I wish there's also like, why didn't you pick me to be gross?
Yeah, why didn't you pick me? I think I saw you on Bumble recently also.
Okay, yeah, but I deleted my account recently.
Yeah, I delete my account almost every day.
No, I get that. It's just hard sometimes. And
yeah.
I don't know what to do with dating and stuff because either I'm like, you don't seem... I want to be impressed by someone, you know? I like being impressed by people. And when I'm on Bumble, they're usually not that impressive to me.
Are you just on Bumble? Are you on...
No, I'm on Raya, too.
Must be nice.
Sometimes more people are more impressive on Raya, but it's like all, people's headshots, and I don't think I'm the lowest conversion from like matching to actually going out of any app for sure.
Yeah. I feel like
sure.
I've heard. I can't get on the app, and I discuss it almost every podcast. So like,
I've
cannot
heard,
get on.
yeah.
I can't stop, and I'm never getting over it. But I matched with a man on Tinder this weekend in Spokane. And I did have sex with him, and now I need to get tested on Friday. Hello, how are we?
Yeah, raw dog.
I don't learn my lesson. People are commenting on my videos saying it's not cute for me to fucking be. It's not cute. We started with condoms, but he was a therapist, so I was like, he's safe. I don't know why you're reacting. You're like, no. I don't know why, but it was also very hilarious talking to a therapist during sex about like your issues, because I have a big AIDS phobia that I openly talk about on here a lot. Yet I still don't use condoms, so it doesn't make any sense. It's like I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
I find that people, I'm just going to go out and just say most people over 40 are just like, I'm done with condoms. I feel like they're not, either they're super into condoms and they're like only with condoms. And I feel like those are the freaks of most of all. Or they're like, well, I'm older now and I don't like condoms. Because condoms do suck.
I'll tell you what, they're not good.
No.
They're not good for anybody. I don't like them, clearly.
No.
I don't, I mean, and I think if you get tested enough regularly, like I do. I make sure I get.
I think there's just a thing of like calculated risk sometimes that you gotta deal with.
It's a risk. And I will say, if you're listening, use condoms. This is stupid. But he was a therapist and we talked about my AIDS phobia. And then we just whispering, don't. But it was like, it's not really attractive to discuss an AIDS phobia in the middle of sex.
Well, are you open to, do you get their paperwork pre-sex?
I would love that. If there was an AIDS test you could do literally a prick and you wait 20 minutes, can someone make this?
No,
I think they have
that,
them.
but you can. I mean, people can get AIDS. Why can't they show you their test?
Well, yeah, but when it's like a one night stand and you're on tour, it's kind of
You don't feel the need to still get it.
I'd love to. I'm like, but how would I?
I
you know
just
what I mean?
like show me your papers, please.
Papers, please. There should be a thing. There should be. You should have it on your phone. You should be able to scan something and be like.
They do.
There's a scanny thing.
Yeah, most apps. I mean, I think the place I used to use, Same Day Health, they don't exist anymore. But you would just get a thing. You'd have it on your phone. You can be like, just to check in, you know, because I think it's important to be open about that type of stuff. You should be able to tell people what you enjoy sexually, what turns you on, what turns you off, and you should be able to discuss your like sexual health before you ever have sex. I think that's important.
It's very important. I think I heard years ago, I don't know if it's real, but that you have to say that you have AIDS. It's legal. If somebody asks
like
you.
if someone's trying to be, if you ask them if they're a cop, then they have to tell you that they're a cop.
Yes, it's the same thing. But I don't want to out this person. I'm not gonna say their name or anything, but he was drinking. We were both drinking a bit. And then I was like, he was a bit like buzzed, and I was like, there's no way in my head. I'm like, there's no way he's gonna get hard. And then he was hard for a very long time, and I was but I was like, I hate to ask this. I'm like, you're hard for a long time, and he's like, oh yeah, I took a pill. I was like, all men should have Viagra. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to have it at my nightside table. It was the best. We fucked for 4 hours.
That's wild.
I haven't fucked that long in years.
Yeah.
Almost too long. I was
it
getting a
seems
little
like
tired.
too long.
No,
That's what I was about to say. That
dying.
seems too long.
No, I was exhausted at the end of it. But
yeah, that's longer than like a bad movie. That's like watching Avengers.
No, it was a lot. There were some breaks. Okay. But again, when you're the pill, have you ever taken a Viagra?
No, I never have. I mean, I'm sure. If I need to, if it gets to the point where I feel like I need to, my entire opinion will change.
Okay.
But since currently I don't, I'm of the opinion of like, if you got, just let it go, just move on to the next phase of your life.
Okay. I feel like men are ashamed to use it. Or ashamed to bring it up, but I was like,
I don't think they're ashamed to use it.
Okay.
Maybe to bring it up. I don't think it's ashamed to use it.
I think there should be no shame for it. I don't know. I'd rather a hard penis than a soft penis.
That's true.
And I'm not offended by you taking it. So I don't think you're still fucking me. It's like you're repulsed by me. You're like,
also,
oh God,
I think it'd be more fun to not take it and then just blame the lady.
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah, it's fun.
You've never done that.
No.
There's no way.
Oh,
You're
no.
too
Me?
nice.
I get hard, girl.
Ron Funches, hardest comedian in the game. That's what happens when you think of that memory of you going down that water slide and then seeing the Dairy Queen, and you're just like,
I can get chicken fingers.
Okay, let's get into your body stuff.
Sure.
So have you had the big weight loss, was that, did that feel like, did you feel everything, like your insides better, everything feel better after you did that? Or
I mean, my knees for sure. My knees felt better. Ability to, my desire to tie my own shoes rose.
Okay.
So that was good.
Did you have Velcro before?
No, I'd just be like, I don't feel like tying them. But it was really like, oh, if I get down there, it's hard, get back up, you know? So it was just it led to a lot of different things. I became a pro wrestler for a few months.
What? I didn't know this.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Is that your lifelong?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lifelong dream.
What was your wrestling name?
Just me, Ron Funches. Yeah, just wrestling.
And you went in like the ring and did the whole thing.
Yeah, I had a match at GCW. At the Ukrainian Cultural Center. We did a whole promo. I went to Chicago and set it up where I got really hit hard in my mouth and fell down, and then did a whole thing. I went on James Corden and was like challenged him.
Oh my God.
TV, and then we did the match in LA, and it was really fun.
Oh, that's the best. Did you win?
No, Paul Scheer turned on me, and it made me so I lose. So I'm mad at him.
But when you do those wrestling things, you know obviously what's going on. Like you have it. Like going into it, who's going to win and lose? Yeah,
I mean, I had a general idea I was probably not, since it was my first time, I had never done it, and my opponent had wrestled for like 20 years.
Okay.
I was like, probably going to lose.
Do you have this out there somewhere? Is this film somewhere?
Yeah, you can see it on YouTube.
Oh, we're linking that in this thing. Holy shit, we're linking that.
20-minute match. It was fun. I powerbombed him through a door. I did like a flip pile driver known as the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had real fun. Because I'd been wrestling training for like off and on for 2 years prior. So I'd done it hardcore at this place called Santino Brothers, where I would vomit all the time, and then they make me clean it up and then keep going with the wrestling. And that like got me to quit. And then I met another wrestler who was more chill and fun about it, and he was like, just come to my gym and hang out. And then I kind of got I kind of want to do a match, and then I did, and then I quit again.
And then he quit again.
Yeah.
Was it how do you balance doing that and comedy? Was it the issue? Was it too
That
much?
was one of the issues because I went to class and they were like basically laying down the gauntlet of like, well, if you really want to do this, you got to come set up the ring for shows. You got to come by here. You might need to get a little part-time job and focus mostly on this. And I was like, I did this already.
Yeah, this is done.
I did all of this already. I'm not doing it again for less money.
Yeah, it's like the open mic of comedy.
Yeah,
exactly
it really was. And you got to be that dedicated to it. It's a real craft and calling. And so it was just something I always wanted to try. I had a friend that passed away suddenly from a brain aneurysm, and I was like, I had lost all that weight, so I wanted to be like, oh, let me see what I can do, what my body's capable of. Tried it, didn't get injured, and I was like, okay, unless the WWE comes calling, I'm probably done.
Yeah. So if they called you right now, you'd get back into it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sure.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Of all time? It always shifts. Probably right now it's either Bret the Hitman Hart or Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. People say I should wrestle.
Yeah.
It's the look.
It's the hair.
It's the hair. It's definitely the hair.
You have a sensational Sherry Martel vibe. A little bit of a Luna Vachon. You're like Sister Sherry and Luna Vachon mixed together.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who either those people are. I'm going to have to Google them.
And that's fine, but people who do will be like, damn, he nailed it.
He nailed that exactly. God damn it. I always wanted to do more wrestling, but I'm scared to break my nose. It's already big. It can't get any bigger.
You break it, it gets bigger?
Well, this is not broken, and people think it is. But so if I break it and then we have to it's too much.
Oh no, I feel like racism is stopping you from wrestling.
Well, I feel like it's a combo of that, and it's a combo of Hollywood, I guess. I mean, it's too much. It's too far out there. I had a restaurant here, Steph Tolev. Do you know her? She was
I do know her.
Yeah, she was on the WWE for a year and a half or something. Yes.
Yeah, she's an indie and she does a lot of fun stuff. Yeah.
Yes, we're good friends. We talk all the time.
She's great. She's gorgeous. I love watching her posts.
Oh my God.
Thank you for these posts.
I'm going to tell her the second that could have been her calling me right now. I missed the fucking call. It was. No, it wasn't. I was probably United because I screamed for 5 fucking hours. Okay, that's wrestling. I love this. So now you're just doing regular gym stuff. You're not doing like
my jujitsu. Yeah,
jujitsu, nothing crazy.
Yeah, try and choke people.
Do you do like, do they have competitions in that? Like,
They do, but right now I'm just focused on solo class, just me and my professor. I think if I feel more like I have a grasp of things, I might get in the class and see if I can fight the other classmates.
Okay.
But right now I like just not having things work around my schedule.
Yeah.
It's better for me.
And it's the touring. It's busy. It's a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not in it. I'm not trying. I mean, that's one thing that actually made me not want to get into jiu-jitsu is that most of the people I knew were hyper aggressive and more bro-y and in the UFC, and I wasn't really into that. But then when I, got separated from my wife, I was like, I feel like I could choke somebody. Yeah. And so I wanted to find something. I just knew, I made a list of things. I was like, oh, I need to get back into music. I need to go to more concerts. I need to make sure I get my family around me. And I was like, you need to get into jiu-jitsu because you're going to have some anger. You need to work out. And it's been one of the best decisions I ever made. My professor, Jay, is like super spiritual and talks about the spiritual side of jiu-jitsu and problem solving, and I mean just some of the coolest things he said. He talked about like we were just working on escapes, and he was like, well, you escape away from me. He's like, but sometimes you're gonna have to go through me, and you're gonna have to, your face is gonna get rubbed up and you're gonna get bruises, but it's better than giving up. And that was like such a eye-opener to me of like sometimes you get caught in a bad position, whether it's like in your career or relationship wise or whatever, and I think sometimes you get so afraid of your face getting mushed and your face getting bruised up that you'd rather just give up and get tapped out. And sometimes he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm going through this, I'm gonna go through this, I'm gonna get bruised and I'm gonna make it out the other way.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'm like, I think I should take jiu-jitsu.
I got snaps.
You got snaps.
Hell yeah.
Snaps.
Yeah, Jay got snaps.
If that helps with anger, I gotta do that. I was going to, I'd go to concerts to mosh because that will get rid of my anger.
No, that seems fun.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm gonna make my son get into it when he's a little older. I already took my oldest son a couple times, but he was like, not for me. I'm definitely gonna make my youngest son do it, and if I had a daughter, it would be mandatory.
Yeah, I think especially this day and age.
Yeah, for sure.
Scary. We need to be able to protect ourselves.
And I mean, and the majority of the stuff we've done is like how to attack someone or escape a situation if someone is on top of you that you don't want them to be.
Yeah. I'm signing up right now. Been there. Okay. Do you have any other have you ever had a surgery or anything?
I've had a few surgeries. Which one you want to get into? Also, I like your name of your show because I had a staph infection in my face and I almost died.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How? What? How face? What? Wait. How did this?
During my coming through my life and turning myself into a comedian, I had to work as a Lady Liberty tax time twirler person out in the streets, and they don't really clean those outfits a lot. And I had already had a nick on my face or something, and I think that it was dirty, and it got me infected, and I ended up in ICU for a week.
Oh my God.
My entire face was peeling off of itself, and I just remember one time I was acting in the nurse. I was like, it smells like death in here. I don't like it. And she's like, that's because your face is dying. And I was like, oh, she said, okay.
Oh my God. She said that to your face.
Yeah.
Your face is just dying.
Your face is dying. It's peeling off and dying. And it was my whole face was just gray.
There's no scars.
I know. It actually turned out to be the best chemical pill Botox type shit, because I had acne, I had bad skin, and now everybody's like, you got the best skin.
You
and I'm
have literally not a mark on your face.
Yeah, I was like, because it all died.
Oh my God.
Came back.
So Liberty Mutual is not just helping with your taxes, they're helping with a whole fucking face peel here.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my God. So just from a small cut, because that's all it takes, right? And then ICU, were you could you see, they didn't show you a mirror, right?
No, but I knew from things, because it was in the last few months of living with my first wife, and I just remember I had it was oozy in my eyes. My eyes were starting to shut and get crusted over, and I was just I just kept putting a heating pad over it and being it's gonna fix itself. And then to her credit, my ex was like, you need to go to the hospital. I think you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then I went to the hospital, and they were like, because I was like, I'm just gonna lay on the couch, and then they were like, if you had waited one more day, you would have died.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. So now if you have any other thing wrong with you, you're
well, now I got health insurance. So that was a strong lack of health insurance in that. I was like, no, let's not. I'm poor.
That's what's so fucking scary about out here, how people just, if you're poor, you die. In Canada, you can still go to the hospital if you're poor in Canada. They'll still take you in, and they'll still do what they need to do to get you better, which is terrifying.
Wow,
so
that's wild.
It's psychotic.
Yeah.
I moved here. I'm like, that's why I had toad hands for so long. So I'm like, it's going to cost me $500 to go figure out, and they still don't know what it is. I'm like, toad hands. They're like, please stop saying that. Okay, so it took how long to heal? So you're in the ICU for a week, and then after you got out, how long did that take to heal?
I think I was in ICU for a week, got home. I always remember that I got home, and there was a letter from one of my nurses at my house, and she was just like, hope everything gets better for you. And then she had put $100 in the thing, and I was like, shit, how close to death was I God. That a nurse was like, I need to send him $100.
Oh my God. That's really sweet though.
It's very sweet, but at the same time I was like, oh shit. That's the first time where I really was like, oh no, this could have been bad. And then it took another week of chilling at home, and then I was back doing stand-up on the road, and that's fun to see there's a couple pictures of me when I'm just gray faced and
fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they
How long between the nick on the face to the ICU? Was that a week?
It's about 3 days from the initial yeah. And then the next day I was like, oh, my face is kind of swelling and a little oozy. And yeah.
Brandon Wardell also did this podcast, and he had staph infection on his eyeball, his whole top of his eye.
That's not
closed
good
shut.
either.
Yeah.
No, anywhere near the face or closer to the heart is not good.
That's what the problem is. They say that's the worry of there. Shit, I can't believe there's nothing on your face. Like it's literally like there's nothing. Yeah, I know. Well, what other surgeries did you have? Jesus Christ! I'm like, now I'm thrilled out with that
let's
one's
see.
crazy.
Recently, I got a vasectomy, which was yeah, thank you.
How was that? Oh, now
I
you're
love it.
getting rock hard and just fucking splitting those things all over
yeah,
town.
confetti cannon. I think it's. I mean, especially for. I always had a fear of like unwanted pregnancies. I had my first son when I was 20, so and then my next son when I was 40, so it was, I made it a long range. And then when I had my second son, and then there's thoughts of like maybe having another kid if we were going to still have a relationship. But once we realized we weren't going to be a good couple together, I was like, I don't see me having a third kid with someone else. One of my kids is, has special needs, is on the autism spectrum, so I'm like, best decision to make sure that I can maintain the life that I enjoy living is to go get a vasectomy. And truly, it was like so simple, so fun. They give you liquid Valium. It makes you feel good. I never had it before. Yeah.
And how long did that's not a long surgery,
No,
right?
it's just like a day. You
In
just
and
chill.
out.
It's super cheap. It's so wild. I'm like, oh, there's so many things. If guys be like, oh, if you're in like a committed relationship and you're not having kids and stuff, go get it.
Yeah.
It's like $1,200.
Like, that's
chill out. Yeah.
And then not worrying, and those are the guys who always complain about condoms. It's like, well, you don't complain anymore then. 'Cause there's a fucking issue here.
Yeah. And now that's what I'm saying. Now we show me the paperwork. You know what's going on with me.
Yeah.
Let's get out there. No raincoats in the rain.
So, and it's the same. I think I've asked this to someone before, but it's the same amount of jizz that comes out, right?
Yeah.
It looks the same.
If
as long
not
as,
more.
like, oh, we can really let loose now. That we're not getting anybody pregnant. Just a tub of jizz comes out. So that's why I don't understand why guys wouldn't do it. And it's not invasive. It's like a day in, day out. How long is it like?
Yeah. I mean, I'd say the worst thing was that like there was like bald like numbness sometimes where I'd be like, oh, there's a weird ache here that would freak me out to the point where I'd be like, oh, do I have some disease that I don't know about? But it would just be like, oh, you just have to get used to it for a little bit. And then so it's been like 6 months now. I don't really notice anything.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's it. And there's no like, you don't stay overnight in the hospital. You just in and out, snippy snap, get the hell out of there.
Yeah. The only thing I wish was that like they got me. I had an appointment for like 9, and they didn't get it till like 11:30, and I was like, "This is not a thing you want to just sit and let somebody be like."
No.
Yeah, you want to get me right in before I start changing my mind. You know.
Yeah. You must get in. Actually, I think the therapy guy also had a vasectomy.
Yeah.
And it felt good. It was a turn on. I was like, oh yeah, you can fuck. I'm sick.
No, you're not wrong. You're right. I should say you should only be fucking like me 40 and who have vasectomies. Anybody, get out there
and get out there. Get at Ron. DM him. Where are we? Okay, we're good. What do you? What's the other surgery you had?
I mean, after the weight loss, I got what is it called? Tummy tuck lipo. They redid my chest. I had a few things done.
Okay. Can I ask about lipo?
Sure.
Because I want lipo. I've been really looking into it. People are getting annoyed with me discussing this, but I want on my stomach. I have like a pouch that's been there for my whole life. It doesn't matter how much weight I lose. It doesn't go away. I don't want it there.
Yeah.
And I wear Spanx every day. And everyone's like, you do what do you get? I wear Spanx every single day of my life. I don't like it. It's tight. It's annoying. Bothers me.
Yeah.
How long? I heard how did that whole situation go? Like once.
Well, I mean, first of all, I gotta say, I love my doctor. My doctor is the best. She's been with me for years now. Her name's Lisa Castleth, and she's like one of the best, if not the best, in the world. And so I think I have a best case scenario because I never went to like some internet doctor or some TikTok famous doctor or anything like that. It's like a real person who like gets awards and stuff. And she's been the best with me because it's always like based off my weight loss and based off what I need. And that part was like the chest was painful and it lasted for a while. And you talk about the same things that I felt where it's like, okay, I've been putting on these work. I've been working hard at it. And because the choices I made when I was younger, they were going to be sagging and I was going to have sagging. And I was like, it's making me less committed to my diet, less committed to my workout. So it just gets me frustrated. Yeah. And because doing push-ups and I'm seeing this pouch hang down, And so talking with my doctor and stuff, she was like, yeah, it makes complete sense and stuff. So we did a full lipo and tummy tuck. The only thing I didn't need was sometimes they'll have to do like an ab reconstruction if you're because I worked out all the time. They're like, your abs are actually in shape. We just have to suck and pull everything together. And it was painful.
Was it? So how long? Isn't there a long day? So you have to wear compression stuff after that for a long time? Like what is it, 6 months? Someone said 6 months. 6 months.
Yeah. 6 months. I went to like a little aftercare facility. I was supposed to be there for a day. I ended up staying there for 3 days because the first day I got there and I went to the bathroom and I passed out and pissed and shit myself and vomited and stuff.
It's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot going on in your body at one time.
Yeah,
Exactly. Did you have it all done at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. So yeah. You're probably like, oh god, it hits you. You're like, there's been. But would you say you're happy with your decision?
Oh yeah, I'm super happy with it. I'm happy I did it then. I did it right before my second son was born. I don't think I'd do it now that he is born, just because I would
lifting and stuff.
Yeah, concerned about that type of stuff. But it was the right time. I wanted to do it like right around I was 40 because I could feel, because definitely the recovery from my chest was a lot easier, and I was able to bounce back from then the recovery with my stomach and stuff. So I was like, the more you wait, the harder it's going to be to recover from it. And I'm super happy I did it, because now when I work out, I feel good about that stuff. It keeps me motivated to keep pushing.
Yeah. And how far after did you do stand up after that? Like, were you still like bandaged on stage and stuff?
No, I waited a little bit. I did have from the surgery, I had about 3 weeks until I had to go shoot a couple scenes in a movie called 80 for Brady. And I was a little concerned about that. I knew I had to wear my compression thing, but I was like, oh, I'm not. But the closer it was going, they were like, oh, you're still draining. Like, we can't take your drains out. And so I had to go on set and basically like stuff my drains into my outfit and just like be all cramped up and stuff. And at some points I thought about like just telling them I couldn't do it. But then I go to set the first day and it's like Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno. And I'm like, shit, all these bitches is half dead. Like, they keep hitting them with defibrillators between takes. I can fucking fuck this. They got all types of shit hanging off of them.
Oh yeah, they're probably draining too, for fuck's sake. There's no way they're not.
Yeah, and it's funny, but really, I was just like, man, they are really hardworking professional. Like, I'm not gonna let this little thing stop me.
Also, I guarantee people on set had been going through that stuff. Like, they can just, you're not wearing no shirt.
No.
Yeah, they can just give you a looser shirt.
Yeah.
The heck.
Yeah, but I did end up having like a hematoma burst in my chest, and like just a bunch of goo and stuff in my car like the day after I finished filming. So I was like,
you go back to the hospital for that?
Yeah.
You just go home and go this again. You went in. And
I didn't have to. I had to call in and check and make an appointment. It wasn't like I had to go right to the hospital, because there was so much liquid and it didn't hurt at all. It actually felt like a relief.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I lost this much blood and I'm not feeling faint or anything, this must be
part of it. Yeah.
And they were basically like, yeah, you need to come in and get it. And my sister's a doctor, so she was in town and she just came in the room and was pressing the goo and fat cells out of me. And I was just like, Jesus. Like, my mom and my sister are complete opposite of me. Like, my sister is a doctor. My mom used to be a nurse, and they both like can deal with the grossest and the gnarliest shit and love watching it on TV. Had no problem squeezing the juice out of me.
Were you watching it or no? Were you like, I can't look at this?
No, I was looking away. Yeah. It was gross, and it's me.
Yeah. That's my body coming out.
Worst story you've ever heard. What's the worst thing you've ever heard? Oh yeah.
Okay, so they're both into this super gross stuff. What's like the worst body story you've ever heard then? They must have come home with stories.
The worst, my mom probably would super hate the no condom stories I've been telling, because she worked as a prison nurse, and she's like, I've seen some of the worst diseased penises that you've ever seen in your life. Like, it's just
prison
gonorrhea that's taken over completely, and like just gnarly cysts and stuff on dicks. And she'd be like, she'd come over and she'd be like, hey, look at this, and just show it to us and be like, that's what happens if you don't wear a condom.
Well, because there's probably not a lot of STD testing at prisons, is there? Like,
I don't think so.
Yeah, so it's like in gonorrhea, that's if a lot of people don't get symptoms, so it's untreated for like months at a time, and then all of a sudden it's fucked. That's scary.
Yeah.
What do you think of all the worst thing you've ever heard or read? Like something that's like haunted you more than that penis thing?
The penis thing I think about a lot. I always think about that. But other than that, I just don't like when there's like teeth and cysts and stuff there's teeth and thing when they pull stuff out of people and there's like piles of teeth and stuff in there. I hate that. And hair.
Yeah. I don't like that. When there's like a sibling, whatever they take out. Why would it just? I don't get why there's no bones. How is it just teeth?
I don't know.
No, it is. Those things freak me out.
Yeah.
I just saw someone posted something the other day. It was so horrendous. Where it was like the worst timed commercial. Where it's like these two hamburgers that they're selling together. And then right after the commercial, it was like a thing where two people's heads were together. And I laughed way too hard. I'm like, this is horrendous for me to laugh at. But it was like just a really poorly timed commercial. Because I always think when those people like are combined, like what is like, there must be other stuff roaming around in there too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This is why I'm never having kids, because I'm terrified. I don't know.
Well, no, I'm just thinking about where you're like, oh, that's why they do like 2 for $5 meals. Where
No, that's not. No. It was a poorly timed commercial. We're also gonna link this to the fucking thing. I'm not making this up. It was a goddamn. Somebody posted on my Instagram. I'm on a bad algorithm. I'm getting weird because I think I talk about body stuff all the time. My algorithm right now is like a woman today. Her whole face is peeled off in a fire. This is what I'm looking at bad stuff.
Yeah, I've been messing with my YouTube a little bit too much, and then because I watch a lot of wrestling, and then I get sometimes sick of wrestling, and so I'll start watching To Catch a Predators because they're basically like the same thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I know who the villain is. You know. and so now there's all these like crime things that crop up on my YouTube, or a lot of racial stuff, which I don't even understand. I don't know what I clicked on to be like, watch these challenges in the racist town in America.
You're like, what? Yeah, what the fuck? I get a lot of Chris Hansen stuff on my, a lot of him. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's always these white guys where you're like, yeah, of course that guy's a predator.
Yeah.
Look at the guy.
Yeah.
He's got these small round glasses. They're so smudged.
Oh yeah.
He's greasy as hell. He's disgusting.
Yeah.
One guy brought his son.
Oh, I saw that one.
You saw that one? He brought his like little son. He's like holding his hand, and they had to like.
Chris Anderson was just like, "Look, man, I was about to do a whole thing."
Yes. I just saw that one this morning. Yeah. He's like, I can't because your son's here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sick.
It's real sick.
Sickness. These people there should be I don't know. I thought no one gets help. They get help. That's a sickness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in those cases, I'm fine with like death.
Oh no, those people should go to prison and never leave and get gonorrhea of the penis, and that. That's it. That's it.
Absolutely.
I met actually a prison guard this weekend.
Okay.
No, he was a security guard at the club, and I asked what the worst thing is that he's ever seen, because I'm like, of course I had to ask, and he said that he said a child molester. Didn't know that there's a short name in prison. Yeah, but I guess he.
People can say that. Chimo, Chesters.
Yeah. What's Chesters? That's another word.
Yeah, because you went from Chester to molester, and then you just said Chesters.
Okay. Well, this Chester was in a room with a guy, and he found out what he did.
Yeah.
And he came back in, and the guy had like pressed his fingers so far into his eye sockets that he popped them out.
Yeah.
And they're both just hanging down here.
Oh wow! Like Beetlejuice?
Just like woo! Like, yeah. Like, just covering the nips, like way down there. And they were like, well, you did molest a bunch of children. So like, I guess we'll pop him back in there, but yeah, I don't know. And he lived.
That's what's so wild.
I kill myself with my eyeballs.
Why do people in jail have like the most like moral code? It feels like
literally
strong moral code.
Chester's, Chimos, they ain't doing well in prison.
Not at all.
Man, if Chris D'Elia went to prison, woo boy, those eyeballs would be way out of those sockets.
You'd have to grow that hair out.
Oh my God. Okay. Should I read the story?
Sure. I don't care. What
okay. Here we go. I'm going to read the story. I'm going to share this because the listeners they're sending stuff in, and I do want to read these because it's not going to turn and I can't read. Okay. When I was in grade 8, Canadian, love to see it. I wanted to master snowboarding. I did all the ski trips, took lessons, and still had a hard time with it. I feel so many I can't read. I fell so many times and it was always so sore after, especially my arms and my butt. Probably the last time I snowboarded, I fell so hard on my tailbone, I thought I was going to be paralyzed. The pain I felt was nothing else from that point. I was done with snowboarding. After that fall, for years, it hurt to lean back while sitting. I never went to a doctor. I guess I accepted it will hurt always when I sit. 5 years go by. I'm lying in bed and I felt a bit of wetness on my lower back where my tailbone is. I put my hand down and feel around, and as I touch it, more fluid is coming out. I immediately get out of bed, go to the mirror, and push on my lower back. Thick, green, yellow fluid splats out and is dripping down my lower back. Like, what the fuck is going on? For about 10 minutes. I would just push on that spot and liquid, this is like your story, would just keep coming out. It didn't smell, but it was thick and gooey. I decided maybe now was a good time to go see my doctor. Well, yeah, I feel like it was a time. It was an abscess from hurting my tailbone all those years ago, and the infection finally made its way out. He had to stick his finger up my bum to see if the abscess had done any internal damage. Luckily, it was fine. First time having a finger up my butt, too. Now I have a tiny hole above my actual butthole and no more pain when sitting. The end. I love the way they ended it with the end.
Yeah.
The end.
I like that story.
So it was inside? That was like wild. And then it just kind of one day was like, fuck it, I have to get out. That's crazy.
Yeah, it can live in you for a long time and eventually work its way out. But I like now that they got another butthole.
That's a common thing. Do you know this?
No.
Yeah, apparently a lot of Asian babies have 2 buttholes.
This seems racist.
Google it. I swear to God, it's not. They're born. I also Google it. Exit incognito. What was I watching earlier? I was looking up Chris Hansen videos. No, it was porn.
What's your favorite type of porn?
I watch a lot of female masturbation.
Okay. All right.
I feel like it's like, because I picture myself doing it, and it's nice. Or I watch a lot of POV stuff, so I don't see the man's face and disgusting body.
Okay.
No offense, but the men in porn are repulsive.
Yeah.
They
usually are. There used to be a guy that I always liked who had a big Master Shake tattoo holding 2 chainsaws in his hand.
Oh.
And I was like, why does this guy keep getting work?
Oh, God. Well, Rob fucking Ron, what's his name? Ron Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Never in my life. I don't know how people watch that. I don't know how people have fucked him. Gray. Speaking of gray, that guy is a walking staph infection. His skin's gray. I swear to God, I saw him once. He's gray.
I saw him once in the bathroom at the LAX.
Oh, God. Did you leave immediately? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're like, actually, I'll shit myself on the plane. I'd rather shit than be near him. What do you watch? You asked me. Now, who are you watching, for God's sakes?
What I've been watching recently. A lot of threesomes and foursomes recently.
Foursomes. Okay.
People eating asses a lot.
A lot of butt
back and
stuff.
forth.
Yeah.
In general, I just try to find people who are not related or claim to be related, and that seem like they're having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I don't.
Good time, not related. Is that your search? Look, I watch a lot of step sibling porn only because the men aren't gross. They have abs and they're not disgusting. Not the young ones, but like the ones that are like, it's like the guy looks like he's like 35. No one believes me.
Keep going. No, not really. I'm letting you dig.
I'll show you what I want. I've been watching some. I like foursomes. Threesomes, I feel like there's always one person left out, and they're always like trying to do something at the side, and it's not working out. You need at least 4. You need a round number.
That makes sense.
You need an even number.
Yeah.
An odd number out. Someone's always lurking in the corner.
Feeling bad.
Yeah,
Someone playing caddy.
Bad. Yeah. I hate the ones who's always like watching 2 people have sex and they're just in the hallway standing up fingering themselves, and I'm like, no one's ever done that. Standing up by the doorway, rubbing one out, leaning against a thing like they can't see. They can obviously see you. I can't. The storylines are too much for me. I go right to the. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up.
The funniest way that you could die.
Wait. No, we gotta ask my favorite question. What's the funniest way you think you can die?
The funniest way that you think you could die?
You personally.
Me that I could die. Oh my God. Certainly a sex accident would be fun. If there was like, oh my God, he fucked himself to death.
He got so cocky that he was shooting blanks and he just fucked his way around.
Yeah. Out of dehydration.
He fucked himself that you went on like a 24-hour fuck fest, no water.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's less funny and more how I want to die.
Well, where can everyone find you on this tour? Where can they find you online?
You can go to ronfunches.com, get tour dates. That's where I do most of my tour posting. If you want to see me on TV, I'm on a show called Loot on Apple TV with Maya Rudolph, and she's amazing. That should be enough to get you on board.
It must be.
I'm on a show called Harley Quinn, where I voice King Shark, and that's on HBO Max. So check those out.
I love this. Thank you for doing the podcast. Go follow him and everything. Keep sending in your Staph Infection stories. Thank you so much. Bye, Ron.
Bye.